Interesting dive bar they've got here. It's kind of like a sightseeing trip. Hello, bartender. Jake.
Buying? You better be buying. I don't do small talk.
Okay, no small talk from the big man behind the bar. I'll take a drink.
Yeah? Alright.
What's he got? Bourbon. A beer brat platter. That actually sounds pretty good. Okay, good talking to you. No need to be.
Bye. Damn it, Rick. Can't you just...
What just happened?
UC Security, get back here, now! UC Security, you're under arrest.
For what?
I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Prepare for immediate transport to our vessel.
Can you tell me what's going on here?
I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the UC Vigilance. You'll find out more when you get there. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to divulge any additional information.
What about my ship?
We have orders to transport you and your vessel to your final destination, the UC Vigilance. Any deviation from those orders on your part will be considered an act of hostility and will be met with aggressive force.
What the hell just happened?
Smart decision. Stand by to be transferred.
I'm telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble?
I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk.
Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back.
You just sit tight. The commander wants to have a little chat.
I still don't know what's going on here.
The prisoner's ready, sir.
I was talking to a bartender and suddenly I had a bounty on my head. What the hell?
I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss.
Whatever it is, let me just pay my fine so I can get out of here. This doesn't look like a local jail. It doesn't look like a jail. Who the hell are you?
Highly perceptive. Let me add that to your list of skills. Speaking of which, let's see what we're working with here. Pretty unremarkable past. Not much to speak of there. I also see that you mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs.
What criminal incident? I was talking to a bartender. Obviously, it's been set up, so let's just get to the point. Why am I here?
I will, when I'm ready. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDef. Are you familiar with what we do?
I'm a member of UC SysDef. Well, I know you kidnap people.
Actually, that's something new we're trying. I figured we needed to branch out a bit, broaden our horizons. UC SysDef is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet.
Yeah, I've ran into
That
him.
convict is where you enter the picture.
I'm not a convict. I've got nothing to do with the Crimson Fleet. If whatever you're selling is supposed to be off the hook, that I'm listening. What's this big picture stuff does the UC handle? UC Navy handle?
On the books, they maintain combat-ready spaceborne forces to deter aggression and ensure the safety of the United Colonies. What all that fancy claptrap means is that they're the ones who fight in the wars to keep our territories secure.
Great. If what you're selling lets me off the hook, I'm listening. I know what the Crimson Fleet is. I don't like where this is going, but I'm gonna listen. Go ahead.
I don't remember asking how you felt about anything.
Well, you're going to hear it
You've been
eventually.
plotting at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down.
Why can't this UC sending the Armada just wipe out the Crimson Fleet? I think I know the reason why. They're too big. This sounds personal. You want me to risk my neck and go undercover for you? Is that what it is? Because I don't have a record. I am a nobody on the screen. I am the literal gray man. You want me to go undercover for you, don't you?
Not for me. For yourself.
What if I don't want to?
Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UCC Steph, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine.
Doesn't sound like much of a choice. If I work with SysDef, what's in it for me?
Well, first of all, we'll forget about the infraction that landed you on the Vigilance.
I didn't set. You guys set me up.
Better still, depending on how well you do your job, we'll even kick in a few extra credits to offset any cost that the operation will incur. Or you can throw all that away and end up back in jail with a hefty fine attached.
Because you're just making up crimes for charge me, aren't you? You bastard. Doesn't sound like I have much of a choice.
Of course you have a choice. It's just stacked in my favor.
Yeah, for now.
So, what do you say? You going to work with me, or should I find someone else?
Fine, I'm in. I know why you set me up. Because I don't have a record. You set me up, you bastard. Go ahead. I'm in.
Smart choice. I'm going to have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find all access to the docking area is fully restricted.
Am I chained to the ground? Oh, I'm in a chair.
All right, let's go. So, you took the op instead of serving the time. Gonna be the commander's new mole, huh?
Great.
Going in all alone, infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts.
Thanks.
Still, it makes you wonder, especially with the stories that go around. Like the one about how the fleet deals with informants by lashing them to the hull of a ship and then slowly letting the air out of their suit. Could you imagine a worse way to go? I know I couldn't. But I wouldn't worry about it. Since the commander handpicked you, I'm guessing you can hold your breath for a really long time, right?
Enough with the jokes, Bunny Man. Just open the frickin' door. Alex Bong. Who the hell is Alex Bong?
All right, this is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Ikande should be waiting for you.
Hi, Sarah. Glad you're with me. You coming, Sarah? I guess you'll meet me there.
Yes?
What? Operations Center. That's what she said. Or what he said.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you guys went to a lot of expense to bring me in on this, didn't
Okay,
you?
hello.
Commander Ikande. Am I taller than you? I am, but not by much. Well, you got me here.
There you are. Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance, SysDef's nerve center dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet.
You're gonna need more than one ship to eliminate the fleet. I guess that's where I come in.
Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach.
Ugh.
We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse.
I assume you already have a plan in mind? Because I'm not finesse. I prefer more the direct approach. I assume you chose me because I'm expendable, because I don't have a record, right?
Let's get one thing straight right now.
What?
While you're working for me, I'm going to treat you like one of my own. Whatever crimes you committed in the past no longer matter. You're now an agent of SysDef, meaning that it's my job to keep you alive.
Good, I assume. It's gonna take more than finesse to catch the pirate. I prefer more of the direct approach. Not that I'm really bad at finesse, but I've never even tried it. But my skill set's rather limited. I assume you have a plan in mind.
I do. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention.
Great. Great. So now you're loading shit on my ship. So you can probably sniff out a narc a sector away, you know that, right?
That's right. So it'll be your job to convince this person that you're the real deal. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know.
You're quite a bit of a confidence in my abilities. You know that, don't you?
If I didn't have confidence in your abilities, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down.
What if I get in over my head? What then? You gonna sail this ship right in the middle of Crimson Fleet territory and blow everybody up? I don't think you can do that. How are you gonna get me out of trouble if I get in over my head?
Then you better learn to swim.
Great.
Because you're diving right into the deep end on this one. I've studied your profile. I know you can do this. I'm not about to throw away someone's life on a whim or a prayer. Just use your best judgment, trust your instincts, and watch your back.
I guess it's too late to back out of the deal. Just put me back in the cell. I'll deal with the consequences later.
At this point, whether you like it or not, you're working for me.
Super.
Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear.
What?
As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control.
Super. Super. Great. So you want me to work with the pirates, but I can't act like a pirate. Why don't you tell me what the code of conduct and ethics is, and so I have it all clear in my head.
To put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing. Think before you act. Calculate what you're doing and pull the trigger only when it's absolutely necessary. At the end of the day, your primary goal is taking down the Crimson Fleet. That's the greater good.
I don't do well following rules and regulations. I've shown that in the past. You probably know that.
Well, you better learn quick. Otherwise, I'll start looking for someone to take your place.
And they were just
Anyway,
set
it's
someone
time
else
to hand
up.
you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck.
I assume You have a way of making contact with you?
That's easy to answer. You don't.
Great.
We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence and at the completion of your assignments, head back here for a debrief. Beyond that, you're completely on your own.
Great. Super. Tell me more about this Soris Bowden.
All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's been privy to some seriously shady deals.
I figured as much.
She's shrewd and she's diligent. The only reason we were able to connect her with the Crimson Fleet at all was thanks to an informant. I'm afraid she's the best lead we've got.
And what happens if I do get a little out of control and get arrested while I'm undercover? What then, big shot?
For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you're working for the United Colonies. Basically, if you land in jail, you're going to have to deal with the fines.
What is the benefit to me doing this for you? I'm tired of being hijacked by people. First, killer robots take me off to Constellation so I can work for them. Now you've set me up with some fines,
Please,
some bogus
finish your
thought.
thought, so that we can move on to other business.
I'm trying. I'm telling you what I'm thinking. And now you've hijacked me to go work undercover trying to expose the Crimson Fleet.
While you're running with the Crimson Fleet, you're undoubtedly going to be faced with some morally gray decisions. It's going to be difficult for you to weigh the consequences of pulling the trigger while maintaining your cover. Do what you have to do, but remember why you're out there in the first place.
I refuse to kill innocent people. Maintaining my cover as a pirate and abiding by the law won't mix. It won't.
That's why I expect you to constantly seek alternative means to overcome your obstacles, rather than blowing holes in them. Look, I can see that you're
Yeah,
struggling
kind
with
of.
this.
I'm really angry too.
So let me simplify this for you. If there's a route to your goal which doesn't involve killing innocent people, I'm urging you to follow that path. Use your instincts. I'm certain you'll do the right thing.
Yay.
You have your orders.
How are you feeling about this?
Howdy. Yes. What?
Howdy.
Who is this lieutenant they want me to contact?
Pardon.
Lieutenant. I don't like you already. You work for him.
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood?
So basically, you want me to steal from thieves. That's if I'm accepted in the Crimson Fleet. No, I can pull that off. What if I can't find anything? Why do you need physical evidence? You already know that they're bad guys. Why not just go after them? Why do you need the physical evidence?
Well, since it isn't every day we stumble across a criminal's fully written confession, we need to build a case against our suspects. The more evidence we acquire, the stronger our case becomes. And knowing the Crimson Fleet, they'll leave plenty of evidence for you to find.
So basically, you want me to steal from the thieves. Super.
Rationalize it however you like, but that evidence is critical to the success of Commander Akande's operation. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig.
Security. If there's any incriminating data out there, I'll find it.
For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave
Oh,
behind.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to
If you've
this.
seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard.
I'm no hero. I'm here because I had no choice. You had no choice. You set me up.
I was hoping that you'd be inspired into thinking this is more than a punishment. It appears that I was wrong. I suppose we'll simply have to motivate you in a different way. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return. As compensation for your efforts.
That's very generous of you. Thank you.
It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akande's idea. All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. And with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed.
Great. What if I get caught with a container of Aurora in my cargo hold? You know, there are scans everywhere.
Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security, so you shouldn't have any trouble. Even if you're scanned.
Great.
Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone outside the boundaries of this particular operation, well, I don't think I need to tell you the consequences of making that mistake.
Do I care about a personal experience? I really don't, but I'll hear it anyways.
Not really, no. I've learned to keep my personal experiences separate from the job.
No, you've got a grudge. Something's on your mind. It'll make you feel better to get it out in the open. It's odd that you know more about me than I know about you.
That's a fine point, but in my defense, I was under orders to make sure we weren't pulling some kind of psycho into the mix. And honestly, there are far bigger things at stake than my personal feelings towards the Crimson Fleet. Let's just stick to the job at hand and concentrate on the mission. But, maybe we can talk about it some other time, okay?
What's going to happen to the people you arrest, other than summary execution by spacing them?
We'll be keeping them close at hand until this operation is complete. So, we'll be holding them in the Vigilance's brig. If you're feeling particularly ruthless, you could always head down there and say hello. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to see you.
Great. I think I will visit them.
I'll be here if you have any more questions.
Sarah, I'm not pleased. Where am I doing?
I can't believe you ate those alien...
Proceed to Sidonia.
plants we picked up on the last mission.
I hate this so much. I hate this, Sarah. They set me up and now I'm going to be a mole for them against the Crimson Fleet. The last group of people I ever want to deal with. I saw you. Who are you?
I don't know about you.
You don't know me.
No, I don't. But I do know the previous occupants of that interrogation chair you were sitting in. Not good people, to say the least. I think one of them even strangled a man with his teeth.
Impressive.
But if Commander Ikande says you're Sistef, then you are one of us. For now.
How did you get involved with Sistef?
Long story. I got my start in the Academy and made a name for myself hunting the Crimson Fleet. I eventually got recruited to do test flights on a star station orbiting Lloyden's Rock. Me and 3 other Archangel pilots did some work on some extremely dangerous prototypes. But I caught in a few favors and got back home with Sistef. Someone with my talents needs to be here, where the action is.
Impressive. Where'd you learn to fly?
I cut my teeth on space trucks, believe it or not. Before I got my stripes, I was just another cargo hauler trying to earn an honest wage. But after a couple slick escapes, I got recruited to the Academy and went from dodging pirates to hunting them. Thing is, some of my best tricks were with a big rig. Ever try a pitchback with a Hope Tech truck with 2 fleet wraiths on your tail?
Nope.
Compared to that, doing it with a military fighter is a piece of cake. Later, Gator.
Docking port computer. Where's my docking ports?
How's the pirating business?
It sucks. It's only day one. Hey Sarah, I found the ship.
Off right away, or do you need a little bit of time?
I need some time to think, quite frankly. Is this my ship? It looks different. Is it just the lighting? They said they planted Aurora in my ship. They said they planted Aurora in my ship, and I want to find it. Any ideas? I want it off my ship. Alright, I can't find it. Where the hell did they put it? Bastards. Could be hidden anywhere. Crap. Well, I don't really have a choice. I don't suspect they're going to just let me go if I just take off into the field. Do you? I don't think so. You're being oddly calm about this.
Yeah, what is it? Maybe another time.
You know, considering... Well, you know the deal, don't you? You know I'm UC Def now. I'm just undercover going after pirates. You're along for the ride for yucks, aren't you? You're just gonna laugh at me. How did I get into this mess, Sarah? Let's think about this. What happened yesterday? Yesterday I joined UC SysDev. I went over to pick up a package. Wait. I didn't just go over and pick up a package. I talked to the head of SysDef Intelligence. What was his name? Agent Pluto? Plutarch? I don't remember now. What was his name? I can't remember. But I spoke to the head of, or the acting head of UC SysDev. Why would he meet? I even asked him that. Why would he meet with some recruit? Unless he knew. He wanted to scope me out because of this job. He knew that I was off the radar, that I didn't have a record, and he wanted to meet me first. Don't walk away from me. I'm talking to you. How did Vasco get in here, by the way? Yeah, I think he was scoping me out, and that job, that meeting, was him just trying to figure out if I'd be right for the position. And then I do the job, I get through with it, I start going about my business, speaking to a bartender, a bounty pops up, and it just so happens that at convenience, a security officer was right there to bring me in. Yeah, there's no coincidence here. That's exactly what happened. They set me up. They knew that I was off the grid, that I was the proverbial gray man. And they manufactured the whole thing. What is that? A liquor jug. Why do I have a liquor jug in my... It has it stay in space. I haven't asked how this ship has gravity. But that's exactly what's happening. So I think that's what we are dealing with. Yep. Do we have any choice in the matter? If I took you guys and just flew off, they said that the Aurora was UC security marked. It was tagged, right? So I'm not going to get picked up if I go back to New Atlantis. Is that right? Am I understanding that correctly? So we can go back and go about our business. Or we can go to Sidonia. But once we get going on this, you know it's going to be bad. We're going to get in trouble. I think I need more flight training. I really do. Yeah, I'm not confident with my flight skills. We're going to go back to New Atlantis. And I'm going to try and figure out how to fly this thing.
Docking seal released.
I want to take a look at this ship. Oh, Lord. There's not just the one, is it? That's the Vigilance, right? Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's a big ship. That's a really big ship. And what are these, like little cruisers? Yeah. I'm completely outclassed in this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's exactly what's happened here. They've set me up. Powering down. Want to get a good look at this thing. It is much bigger than you expect. Yeah. Alright. Well, we don't have much choice in the matter. I guess we head back to New Atlantis and try and figure this out. At least do something with you guys. Do you guys even want to stay with me?